From an early age, Sawyer really struggled to manage his emotions. There was a lot of defiance, a lot of anger and aggression. There was impulsiveness, and really just a lot of big emotions. And that's exactly what his mom portrayed to us when she came into the office a few months ago. And she had some really simple goals that a lot of parents really just overlook. Things like she just wanted him to be able to make friends. She wanted him to get invited to birthday parties. She wanted him to be able to play with his siblings. She wanted him to really just not be known as the troublemaker. They had tried everything. Sawyer's parents had tried it all, from therapies to supplements to dietary changes, and then even on to some medications, and nothing seemed to be working. And that's where we find so many families these days. They've been to all of the therapists, all of the doctors, all of the supplement shops, and really tried it all, even the medications. And when it comes to oppositional defiance disorder, or ODD, those medications can be pretty heavy and come with some pretty nasty side effects. And that's exactly where I want to talk to you from today. I'm Dr. Lauren. I'm a neurologically focused pediatric chiropractor. I work here at Sprouting Life Chiropractic, and we see kiddos with a huge range of challenges, from colic and constipation to ear infections and allergies to anxiety and ADHD. And ODD really may be one of the toughest. And it's because it builds from years and years of these behavioral struggles and challenges, to where parents really can feel stuck and out of control and overwhelmed. And so what I want to talk to you about today with oppositional defiance disorder is really, what are the main causes of these behavioral struggles? And then what can you do as parents to help work through them, get them unstuck to really where they can grow and thrive? Now, first of all, when we look at ODD, we want to look at what it does to the function of the body. And in order to do that, we need to look to the nervous system. Now, you're probably familiar with ODD as just those behavioral challenges, the worst behavioral challenges, those external struggles. But today, I want to unpack that a little more and really get into what's happening on the inside. Because when we look at it through this different lens, we can see why those big emotions are really coming out. Now, there are certain factors, crucial stressors that happen to kids early in their developmental process, and it can happen even as early as birth. Now, things like birth interventions, whether it is an induction, a C-section, a forceps delivery, or vacuum extraction, and even things like a manual delivery, can really be and really are the most common stressors that we see in the office. These struggles can result in what's called subluxation, and that simply means stress stuck on, stress stuck in either the motor system or the sensory system or in the central nervous system that communicates from the brain to the body. And this stress response puts the body into sympathetic mode, into fight or flight mode. Because think about it, that birth process is really the only physical trauma that a new baby has had, right? I mean, what happens after delivery? Have you ever seen a new mom or dad just so delicately holding their little baby and really supporting the head and the neck? Or passing baby to a younger sibling and really just helping them to support the head and the neck? So that physical birth intervention, that birth trauma, can put so much stress and tension in that upper part of the neck, more than we would ever let happen after that birth happens. Now, the top part of the neck houses what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. That is what the nervous system uses, the vagus nerve, to help the body calm and to rest and digest. And when that stress happens at the top of the neck, what happens? That area isn't able to do its job. Now, if you have a kiddo who has struggled with ODD or other neurological challenges, then you may have heard the word vagal tone, and that's exactly what this is referring to. And now when the vagal tone is good, the parasympathetic nervous system is able to do its job. The body can rest and calm and digest. But when that damage happens, very commonly from birth interventions, the vagal tone is not as strong, it's weak, it's damaged, and that causes dysregulation in the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, you've often heard, like, if you're running from a bear, your body's not trying to digest your food. It's not worried about you getting a cold and boosting your immune system. It is worried about running from that bear. And that is what happens so often in these kiddos, is that vagal tone is dysregulated and dysfunctional. And so their body gets kicked into this fight or flight mode where they are constantly needing big excitement, big energy, big emotions, big behavior to really, and that's where their nervous system gets stuck. So if your child struggled with this, that can be an early indicator that their behavioral system, their emotional system, and all those struggles that go into that ODD diagnosis really have been adding up since birth. And this can continue since after birth as well, early in their developmental phases. And we most often see this happen in the immune system, with kiddos struggling with lots of ear infections or lots of sinus infections or respiratory infections. And often they've had to be on multiple rounds of antibiotics or steroids to really help get those things under control. And that can be a sign too that vagal tone or parasympathetic nervous system is dysregulated and damaged. Now, then they have school starting and they have all of those emotional and social challenges as well. And that really just is another struggle to their nervous system, and it really gets overwhelmed. We talk about this being the perfect storm, where all of the stress, all of the struggles really build up in a kiddo's nervous system and create a state of stuck and overwhelm, so that there are more emotions, more anxiety, more fear, more behaviors. And that's how ODD happens. Now, it's totally normal for kids to test boundaries and have outbursts and have some behavioral challenges. And this is where we tell you to really trust your mom gut or your dad gut. Because if you have a kiddo who's struggling with ODD, you know it. It's more intense, it's more extreme, and you've probably tried a lot of things, a lot of therapies and changes to really help your kiddo get through it. Now, I want to give you the answers on really how to get on top of this and how to help get your kiddo out of the storm. And that is where neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic comes in. That's our job. Our job is to help the nervous system restore balance, restore function, restore regulation. So if stress on the nervous system is the root cause, taking that stress off of the nervous system is the answer. And that's exactly what happened with Sawyer. He came in and started getting these gentle adjustments. And I tell you, it wasn't easy at the beginning. It took some coercing and some bribing. And after we did that first adjustment that was so gentle right up to the upper part of his neck, he kind of looked at me, and for a second I thought, oh man, he's gonna punch me, he's gonna lose it. But he didn't. He took a deep breath, sighed, and said, okay. And so we kept doing those adjustments, and it has been incredible. In just a few short months, Sawyer's mom has reported back that he was invited to his first birthday party. And I get emotional talking about it because the change for this kiddo's life is incredible. He's not going to be known as the troublemaker. He's not going to get in trouble at school, and he's going to be able to play with his siblings and make new friends, and really just grow and turn into the amazing boy that his mom has seen and known from the beginning. So if this is you, if this sounds like your kiddo, please reach out. Please know that you are not alone in this. There are answers. There are different perspectives that can truly help and change the functioning of your kiddo's nervous system to really get to that root cause, because we know that if we can get after that root cause, if we can scan for it, if we can locate it and analyze it and quantify it, then we know how to fix it. And that is the amazing thing. God created our beautiful bodies and our beautiful kiddos to be able to heal and to adapt to stress and to overcome these struggles. So Please, if you have any questions, leave me a comment, send me a private message, share this with a mom friend who needs to see it, because there are others out there struggling who need to hear this message. Thanks so much for watching today, y'all. We'll see you next time.